Alright, what are the top 3 storylines going into an epic Western Conference Finals? Let's talk about it. The first storyline, without a doubt, everybody knows is going to be the star matchup. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Anthony Ant-Man Edwards. Both of them had amazing seasons, with Shai having a season where he averaged 29, 6, and 6, and his marquee win was a great Game 7 victory over, like I said, the Denver Nuggets in a previous series. And you had Ant-Man, who's continued his rise. He averaged 26, 8, and 6. His marquee win in this postseason was over none other than LeBron James and also Luka Doncic. So we're all going to be tuned in. Will the two stars guard each other? Can one of them neutralize the other? Will one of them erupt for a 40-point game? One way or another, the play of these two stars, or one of these stars, will easily be the determining factor of this series. Before I move on to number 2, another key thing to pay attention to in the star matchups is actually the second best player. So that's going to be Jalen Williams and Julius Randle. Now when it comes to this matchup, Jalen Williams is a little bit up and down. One night he'll score 6, 7, 8 points. The other night he'll score 24 points. So which Jalen Williams is going to show up? When it comes to Minnesota Timberwolves, Julius Randle has been a dog all playoffs. He showed up. He's actually had a triple-double on more than one occasion. So when it comes to the second best player, one of them has just been more consistent. But the one thing about the Oklahoma City Thunder is they generally show up as a whole team and not just relying heavily on one or two players. The second thing to pay attention to is going to be defense. Both of these teams are defensive juggernauts, but the Oklahoma City Thunder went through the entire 24-25 season and ended it up with the best defensive rating. They had a defensive rating of 101.6 and were easily the number 1 defensive team in the league. However, the Timberwolves were also no slouches in that department. They had a defensive rating of 111.5, and they also were the number 6 best defensive team in the entire 24-25 season. With that said, which defense shows up the most? Which one can neutralize the other? And very important, can one of them hold the other team under 100 points? That's going to be a determining factor in this series. If one of the teams can stop the other team from scoring 100 points consistently more than once, that team is going to come out the victor. And last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about the coaching. It's going to be Chris Finch versus Mark Daigneault. Mark just finished in the 23-24 season as the coach of the year, a surprise coach of the year, and Chris Finch is already Minnesota's winningest coach of all time. So who's going to make the better adjustments? Who's got a game plan that's going to come out and stymie the other coach's game plan? So tell me in the comments, who do you got? OKC, Minnesota Timberwolves, Ant-Man versus Shai. It's gonna be drama. I'm getting ready right now to go set up for game 1. Get your beer, get your popcorn. It's gonna be absolute cinema. Let's get in.